Hey, before starting today's video, I want to quickly tell you that I'm currently working on a superhero physique guide for busy dads, which I'll be sharing for free to anyone joining my new email list. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe. There's a link in the top pinned comment below. There's a difference between working out and training. Working out is about simply checking a vague fitness box. It's about showing up, maybe socializing a bit at the gym and exercising, mostly to feel good enough about yourself, which is not bad, but if you're like me, it gets old pretty damn fast. Because when your training lacks purpose and you see the same body in front of the mirror day in and day out, you start to get little by little pissed off. Eventually, that pissed offness ends up turning into resentment until one day you simply say screw it and you quit. This is why if you want to build a superhero physique, you don't work out. You train. And more specifically, you train hard. So what does training hard mean? Training hard entails two simple principles, or what I call the two most powerful muscle building methods known to man. The sad reality is that most people waste their time and effort repeating warm-up sets, which is why even if they manage somehow to keep going to the gym month after month and year after year, nothing ever really changes. To give you some perspective, the set you see right now from my morning workout is still a warm-up set, although most men would count this as a regular set and a lot of other men wouldn't even get close to this amount of intensity. So what does training close to failure actually mean? How do you make sure you are not wasting your time and effort? Simply looking at it from a scientific perspective, in order to recruit a serious amount of high threshold muscle fibers, which are the key fibers that stimulate hypertrophy, you need to make sure you're not leaving more than 3 reps in reserve. Alright, so I keep repeating this term reps in reserve, but if it's the first time that you're hearing about it, it simply means how many gun to the head repetitions you have left with good form every time you finish a set. Let's say you are doing elevated handstand push-ups. If your max reps possible are, let's say, 8 after warming up properly, you want to do at least 5 reps for that set to have some impact. Plus, if like me, you're a dad with a full-time job and time is of essence, you can also shave off some training volume and keep your session even shorter by aiming for even less than 3 reps in reserve without sacrificing results. Something though that we'll get deeper into in the next episodes. To start applying this method, the most important thing here to remember is that training close to failure is a skill, and like any skill, you get better at it through deliberate practice. For example, if you're a beginner, and as coaches, we see this all the time, what you think are 2 reps in reserve are usually more like 5 to 7 reps in reserve. That just means that you still suck at this skill, if we're honest, like of course all of us did until we started working on it consciously. And the only way to do that is by sticking to the next strategy and the second most powerful muscle building method known to man, progressive overload. Hopefully it's clear by now that simply showing up for your session won't build any muscle, and definitely not a superhero physique. Your body doesn't change simply because you go through the motions. Rather, muscles grow because they are forced to adapt either to more repetitions, more seconds, a harder variation, or lifting more weight than you lifted the previous time that you trained. And for that to happen, and there's absolutely no way around this, you need to log your sessions. This is why in our coaching, we're always looking at our trainees' total volume and intensity score from week to week, making sure that this number keeps going up. For example, as you can see here in our trackers, as I'm transferring my personal data from my notebook, this week's total volume score for my weighted chest to bar pull-ups is higher than last week's, since last week I did one set of 5 reps and one set of 5.5 reps, and this week I did one set again of 5 reps and one set of 6 reps. This might not sound like a lot, but for someone who is advanced like me, it is still a big win. Now, had I not kept track of my training and reps, I seriously doubt that I would have been mindful enough and pumped to go after that 6th rep, which was really a hard grind to complete. So, my call to action for you today in order to put these strategies into practice is number 1, simply go get yourself a notebook and turn it into a training log. And number 2, every single time you train, not work out, review your last session and always try to beat your previous performance for at least one set, assuming that, of course, the rest of the sets are matched. Remember that any amount of progress here counts, whether you're holding a wall sit for an extra second, adding a pound to your dumbbells, or even getting half an extra push-up than last time. As long as you're making progress, as incremental as that might be, you are on the right path. That was all for today. Don't forget to sign up to my new email list, A Dad's Guide to Building a Superhero Physique. This way you can also get my free guide, which will be ready in a couple of weeks. Or if you're watching this video in the future, you'll be probably getting this guide the moment you sign up. And until next time, keep on training.
Wall sits followed by hill sprints. Give it a try. Your legs feel like logs of wood when you're sprinting uphill.